Prologue. A God's Dilemma. They named him Neelkanth. Becoming a god was never his wish. Yet destiny doesn't seek permission. Shiva had traveled far from Mount Kailash's icy heights. He was now more than a tribal leader. He emerged as the foretold savior. The man marked with a blue throat. The one deemed to vanquish evil. But what defines evil? Is it always monstrous, or can it occasionally be rational? Chapter 1. Mourning and Resolve. Our tale begins where the secret of the Nagas concluded. The tragic loss of Sati. Ambushed by Kali, the Egyptian assassin, under the Swadweep king's orders. Shiva is heartbroken. He stands by the funeral pyre, silent, unmoving. The heavens seem to grieve alongside him. In that instant, a transformation occurs within him. His sorrow morphs into anger. His love ignites into determination. When a man's beloved departs, he too perishes. The man who once lived for her is gone. What lingers is pure fire. No longer does he seek evil. Now he desires its destruction. Chapter 2. The Hunt for Truth. Shiva returns to the land of the Brangas, reuniting with the Vasudevs, the guardians of wisdom. He demands the truth about the Somras, the fabled elixir of gods that supposedly grants immortality. What he discovers is shattering. Somras isn't a miracle, it's a curse. Its waste corrupts humanity. The Nagas' deformities, the Brangas' infertility, the land's affliction, all consequences of Somras. The greatest evil is often the one we justify, rather than despise. The Suryavanshis, under Meluha's reign, have built an empire upon this poison. And King Daksha, Shiva's father-in-law, was aware all along. Chapter 3. The Decision. Shiva proclaims war. Not just on Meluha, but anyone who defends Somras. He divides his forces, the Vasudevs, the Nagas, the Brangas, and the Swadweepans willing to stand for truth. His approach isn't conquest, it's revelation. He desires the people to witness the truth firsthand. But Daksha is clever. He allies with Parvateshwar and includes the Mithra Council, along with a clandestine ancient faction, the Vayuputras. Shiva sends a plea to the Vayuputras in Pariha, the land of his forebears. He seeks their aid to terminate Somras' production. Yet time slips away from him. Chapter 4. The Rise of Kali Queen. Kali, Shiva's Naga sister-in-law, emerges as a pivotal figure. Once feared, the Nagas now rally as champions of righteousness. Kali commands her forces with intensity. She's fierce, relentless, and strategic. In a bold ambush, she seizes vital Meluhan territories. However, her heart remains heavy. She mourns her sister Sati. Deep down, she worries about losing Shiva to his obsession. Chapter 5. A Secret Ally. The Vayuputras respond. In Pariha, the Vayuputras convene. As descendants of Lord Rudra's clan, they believe in equilibrium. They observe with caution. Yet, not all concur with Shiva's war. One man, however, stands with him. Mitra, the present leader of the Vayuputras. He discreetly reaches out to Shiva, offering his assistance. But he cautions Shiva. The battle won't be clean. Somras' roots run deep. People will fight fiercely to maintain their comfort, even if it entails quashing the truth. Shiva agrees. The fight for truth is seldom easy. Yet it is always worthwhile. Chapter 6. The Turning Tide. Meluha launches a full-scale invasion. Parvateshwar, once Shiva's general, now commands the opposition. With each clash, Shiva's forces falter, not due to weakness, but because the Meluhan troops are formidable, organized, and ruthless. Then comes the strike at Panchavati. Kali's twin sons are captured. The Nagas crumble in despair. Shiva is compelled to retreat. But his journey isn't over yet. Chapter 7. The Bombing. A frantic maneuver, Daksha unleashes a new weapon, an explosive derived from Somras' byproduct. Its devastation is unimaginable. Entire valleys disappear. Shiva ignites with fury. He resolves that Somras' production must cease indefinitely. Only one location remains where Somras is crafted: Mount Mandar. A concealed mountain bastion, well guarded, hallowed ground, and deadly. Chapter 8. The Final Journey. Shiva makes his way to Mount Mandar. Accompanying him are his loyal allies: Ganesha, Kartik, Kali, Bhagirath, Anantmai, and Brahaspati. Together, they traverse arid deserts, towering mountains, and blood-soaked fields. Upon reaching Mount Mandar's entrance, they confront the last defenders, Parvateshwar and Ayurvati. A tense standoff ensues. Yet Parvateshwar, confronted by the truth, lays down his weapon. He realizes he has been shielding a falsehood. When truth pierces your heart, pride cannot prevail. Ayurvati follows suit. With determination, she shuts down the production chamber herself. Mount Mandar succumbs. Somras is vanquished. Chapter 9. The End of Evil. In a final act of cowardice, Daksha attempts to eliminate Shiva with the last explosive. However, Shiva withstands the attack. Daksha is captured and imprisoned. Meluha begins its decline. The people awaken to the truth. Somras, once their essence, was their poison after all. Evil rarely bears horns. Often, it wears the mask of tradition. The Nilkanth accomplished his mission, not through destruction, but by unveiling the truth. Chapter 10. Closure. Shiva retires. He journeys to Pariha, the ancestral land that holds his essence. He feels weary, not from warfare, but from loss. He constructs a humble abode, plants greenery, reads voraciously, watches his sons flourish. He mourns for Sati every single day, yet he finds peace because he honored his vow. It isn't victories that define a god, it's the burdens they bear. Epilogue. The legend begins. Centuries later, tales of a god who mingled among mortals circulate. A story of a man marked with a blue throat. A tale of a warrior who conquered evil, not through slaughter, but through revelation. Of a love so profound that even death could never silence it. Thus, the legend of Shiva endures. Not just as a god, but as a man who chose to rise.